Hey guys, Mr. Creed here. Trying something new with my old computer I have from college. I have it. It's a touch screen. And I can actually draw on there, so I'm gonna try to do that. Make sure my writing's a little more legible than what it has been. Okay. So today we're gonna do a geometry page. We're gonna do probably 4 problems on here because I don't want to just give you all the problems I did last time. So we're going to go over a circle. We're going to go over a couple circle problems and a couple angle problems. So just bear with me, and we can get through this. Okay. All right. So we're going to number one. Number one, find the circumference of the and area of each circle. In this case, we're going to do the first circle. This one here, number one. Okay. Then we're going to do some more after that. Okay. So number one, we got to find circumference. Well, the circumference formula we all know is C equals pi times diameter. Okay. Now pi is 3.14 as it shows over here, as it shows on the screen to your left. Okay. So, and diameter is the distance that goes from one end of the circle to the other end while passing through the middle. Okay. So we got circumference. We know what pi is, 3.14. Okay. And we know what diameter is, right? Diameter goes from side to side, passing through the center. Okay. But in this case, number one, we are given the radius. Okay. Radius is 4.5 inches. Okay. So can anybody, I'm sure you guys can remember what the radius, or how many radius make up a diameter? Well, 2 radius, 2r equal, and try, let me erase that right there. Eraser. There we go. A very small eraser. There we go. All right. So we know that 2r equals 1 diameter. Okay. So 2 radius. All right. 2 radius is 1 diameter. That's 2 times radius. So in this case, 4.5 is our radius. Okay. So 2 times 4.5 equals 9. I apologize, you can hear that background music. That's my TV downstairs. Okay. So we got 9 inches for our diameter. So we're going to take 9 and plug it in for diameter. Okay. So if you have a calculator, okay, take 3.14, multiply it by 9. Okay, we get 28.26. Now it tells you to round to the nearest hundredth. The nearest hundredth is 2 decimal places behind the decimal. Okay, so C equals 28.26. Okay, and that is going to be inches. And that is a little more legible than I had imagined, which is good. I thought it'd be worse than that, but it looks pretty good to me. Okay. All right, so that's circumference. Now we got to find area. Area equals pi times radius squared. Okay. So pi times radius squared. Radius, we're given that. Okay, 4.5 inches. Now we just got to find what that we got to figure out what 4.5 squared is. Now, if you remember, exponents tell us to pretty much multiply over and over again. Okay, in this case, we're going to multiply the base, in this case radius, 2 times. Okay, so we got area equals 3.14 times 4.5 squared. Okay, that is a 4. There we go. All right, so take a calculator. What I would do here, I would go ahead and figure out what 4.5 squared is. So I'm going to do 4.5 times 4.5. And that is going to be 20.25. Okay, so I got 3.14 times 20.25. Okay, my stylus for some reason does not want to work really well, so I'm having to use my mouse now. Okay, so area, I could use my finger, that's good. Okay, is 3.14 times 20.25. That's going to give us 63.585 Okay, so if you remember, we're going to have to round to that spot where the 8 is. Okay, well, the 5 is going to make that 8 turn into a 9 because it's closer to 0.59 than instead of 0.58. So our area is going to be 63.59 inches squared. Okay, so this is an answer here, and this is an answer here. Okay, all right. Now we're going to move on. I'm going to make a new tab here. Not going to save. Here we go. All right, we're going to number 3. I want you guys to try number 2 since we've done number 1 already, and it should be pretty simple from there. Okay. All right, number 3. Find the measure of the numbered angles. Well, we are given 137 degrees, which is, with my mouse here, which is right here, right there. Now, I know if you were taught by me or Miss Rutherford kids, you might be watching this here, okay, you know that vertical angles are angles that are directly across from each other across a vertex. Okay, vertex is where 2 lines meet, okay, right in the center. Okay, so right here would be a vertex. Now, the angle directly across, like vertically across, is going to be or congruent to the angle measure to each other. Okay, so 6 and 8 are congruent, 137 and 7 are congruent. So angle 7 is congruent to 137 degrees. Angle 6 is congruent. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to put that equal sign there because they're just equal. Okay, that's all congruent is, just being equal. And I'm not not doing a very good job drawing that congruent sign. Okay, just equal. Okay, so angle 6 and angle 8 are equal together, but we have to do some math here. It's not as simple as that. Okay, so we know what angle 7 is. Angle 7 is 137 degrees, as you see up here. Okay, now angle 6 angle 6 and angle 8 appear to be adjacent or side by side to 137 degrees. But angle 6 and 137 degrees fall on this vertical line here, or this straight line here, not vertical, straight line. Okay, angle 137 and angle 8 are also falling on this straight line. Okay, well, since 6 and 8 are the same or are congruent, that means we can focus on either angle. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'm going to focus on angle 6. 137 degrees and angle 6 are also adjacent and they are supplementary. Okay, supplementary means that means 2 angles whose sum is 180 degrees. Okay, so we got, in this case, angle 6 we're going to mark as X. Okay, we don't know what that is yet, but we know that 2 angles, angle 6 and 137, must add up to equal 180. So angle 6 plus 137 equals 180. Okay, so guess what? We got a one-step equation. Not very difficult to solve this here. Okay, solve like you normally would an equation. Okay, so we gotta get X by itself. That's the first thing. Get X by itself. Okay, so we gotta do the opposite of what is on that left side. Think of it as like a balance. Okay, one side has to balance the other side. Okay, they cannot be like this right here. All right, balance is equal. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm gonna take 137 and subtract 137, not from one side, but to both sides of the equation. Okay. All right. So subtract 137. I'm gonna minimize this because there we go. All right. So 137 subtract 137 is just 0. Okay. Essentially, they just cancel each other out, or they simplified nothing. So bring down that X. 180 subtract 137. Okay. Well, 180 subtract 137. You guys, you have a calculator. I know you're going to use it. Go ahead and just might as well go ahead and use it. Okay. That is going to be equal to 43. So angle 6 equals 43 degrees. You know what also equals 43 degrees? Angle 8 also equals 43 degrees. Okay, degrees. All right, angle 7 137 degrees. Angle 6, 43 degrees. Angle 8, 43 degrees. Guess what? You're done. Okay. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of that part there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do a couple more. Okay. All right. So let's look at here. Oh yeah, number 7. I like number 7. Number 7. New. Don't say. Okay. Number 7. We got angle A and angle B are complementary angles. The measure of angle B is 65 degrees. What is the value of x? Now, you don't have to put these angles side by side, okay? But if you want to, it could look something like this right here in a right angle. Okay, right angles are equal to 90 degrees, okay? You have one angle. This angle, angle B, is equal to 65 degrees. Complementary angles are two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. We have angle A here, which is unknown. Okay, so you can do a couple things here. You could write an equation. It would look like A plus 65, not A equals, because we don't know what A equals yet. A plus 65 equals 90. And you'll solve like the equation we just did before with number 3. Okay, so subtract 65. Subtract 65. Okay, I'm separating the equation. A, I'm going to drop it down. 65 minus 65 is going to be 0. So A is now equal to 90 minus 65, which is going to be 25 degrees. And that would be your missing angle there. It says what's the value of x, but angle A is just x in this case, so that works right there. So A equals 25 degrees. That's a pretty easy problem. Shouldn't have taken a whole lot of time to do that one. Okay, we're going to do one more circle one, okay? I think I'm going to do 4. Okay, this will be the last one, and I'm going to wrap the video up. Tell you what. Shirley, okay, has a circular rug in her dining room that has an area 36 pi square meters. So area, okay, I'm sure that's pretty important. Area 36 pi square meters. Okay, what is the radius of the circular rug? Well, if you remember, area is just pi times radius squared. Well, let's go ahead and figure out what is up here that is down here. Well, pi is here and pi is here. So I'm going to just take pi out of the equation right now. Okay, I'm not going to focus on that because I want to focus on radius. So I know that radius squared equals 36. Okay, well, if you remember, radius squared is just like radius times radius. Okay, because that square is telling us how many times to multiply our base r. Okay, so r times r is 36. Now remember, radius must be the same. You can't have two different radius in one circle. If that's the case, it wouldn't be a circle, it would be an oval. Okay, so radius has to be the same. Okay, r must be equal. Okay, so what can I multiply together that is the same to get 36? Well, let's talk about the factors of 36. Okay, 36, you can multiply it by 12 and 3. Okay, you could also multiply it by 6 and 6. You can multiply it by 18 and 2, and so on and so forth. Well, look right here. 6 times 6 does equal 36, and I want to focus on one of those r's. So guess what? Your radius is going to equal 6. I'm going to erase that right there because I don't want that in the way. 6. Well, get the pencil here. Meters. This will be your answer for that one there, okay? All right, be sure to like that Be sure to like this video, comment if needed, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you got any questions, email me. Miss Rutherford's kids, if you're watching this video, email her for any questions you may have, okay? All right, have a good afternoon.